Hello and welcome. You're watching the newsroom on ET Now. I'm Anisha Jain. For now, the market has taken a complete U-turn from those all-time high levels, and we are kissing distance away from that, just 6 to 10 points. But since then, there has been a reversal, and we are below the mark of 18,800 as far as Nifty is concerned. The Bank Nifty is also on the back foot, and the ditto can be said for Sensex as well, which is trading with a cut of around 122 points. The key stocks which are buzzing today include names like Jindal Steel. Remember, there was a upgrade coming in from Kotak Institutional Securities, and that's why that stock is in focus. Five Star, wherein there has been an initiation from Nomura with a target price of around 750 bucks, is also in focus. And then you have names like MRPL, Mishra Dhatu, E-Clerks, which are in focus. On the losing side, there is Rajesh Exports, which is down 7%. Avenue Supermarts is seeing a bit of profit booking, and ditto can be said for Karur Vysya Bank as well. So a lot of stocks are in focus today. And that's something that we'll be discussing with our guests as well. But for now, it can be said that the markets are on the back foot. It doesn't look like we are going to hit that all-time high level soon. The biggest talking point, of course, for the market this week is the fact that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is visiting US. A lot of defense deal and technological tie-ups are expected from there. And the second most important factor is the monsoon. There's not a great, fervor when it comes to monsoon at this point of time. It has had a delayed start. We're expecting a 7 to 10 days delay. But apart from that, the intensity is also on the weaker side. And that's something that the market is trying to digest. And that's why perhaps we are seeing a downtick of almost 40 points as far as Nifty is concerned. We have our first guest joining us on the show. Mr. Abhishek joins us on the show at this point of time. Abhishek, hi, thank you so much for making time and speaking with us. It's great to have you on the show. Just wanted to begin by asking you your market, setup at this point of time. Where do you see it headed after we hit those, life high levels, which is just a matter of when rather than if do you expect a bit of a reversal or do you expect the momentum to continue?
First of all, thanks for having me on your show. I think today's market has left me actually pretty happy because I am always very skeptical when the markets keep going up on a day-to-day basis, and it's never healthy for markets to go up in one direction because then what happens is if it goes up too sharply, it also falls too sharply. It's better that it takes pauses and takes a breather once in a while going up. So this setup today is pretty good. It's sort of taking a pause. And like you said, I mean, it's just a matter of time before we get to new highs, and then proceed upwards. So it's just a matter of time.
But which are the sectors you think will lead? Because over the last 6 to 12 months, there has been a sector rotation of sorts. Going forward, do you expect the leadership to continue from financials, from autos, or is there a reversal in play?
So I don't think there's going to be a reversal. I think we are sort of, if I may put it in those terms, we are in a sort of a bull market, and in a bull market, a lot of these stocks will start performing. Uh, the sectors that have done well till now, there's been a lot of focus. Is defense, real estate is picking up. You see a lot of traction in railways, in engineering, capital goods, infrastructure. So these are plays which have been doing extremely well, right? And if I have to look at contra sectors, things which have not done that well from a stock price perspective, but which is sort of looking poised for a turnaround, I would think maybe the chemical sector as well as pharma is where I think we could start seeing turnarounds from here.
Okay, so you talked about the sectors which are showing leadership, but quite a few sectors of these, whether it's defense, whether it's capital goods, they've run up considerably already, even real estate for that matter. Would you still advise a fresh buy into these names?
So, I mean, buying has to be on a stock by stock individual basis. And there are definitely, as you said, a lot of stocks have run up, but that doesn't mean that those stocks have sort of run away from their decent valuations. A lot of these stocks have run up on the back of extremely good earnings growth. So if I just take names of large companies like say ABB or Siemens, they have actually given extremely good growth, and the market has rewarded them. So that kind of performance can actually continue for a lot of this companies in this sector.
Let's get stock specific if we can and discuss a couple of names, especially from the defense space. Which is the area that you like? Is it like, the Bharat Electronics and Hindustan Aeronautics of the world, or are you more bullish on the private names, the likes of L&T, etc., which have a play there? Or even the naval names, Garden Reach, Cochin Shipyard. Is there any specific pocket that you're identifying there?
So in defense, I think there is a large amount of exports that is happening. Plus, obviously, it's a domestic play, right? And defense has started doing well after a long time, and after having shown promise earlier as well. I mean, we've seen a build up in the defense narrative earlier, which petered out. This time, it's sort of sustaining, and the numbers are coming as well. For it to be sustainable, we need to sort of see how it pans out over the next 6 months to a year. I would, be slightly more cautious and conservative in buying into defense companies at this point in time.
Cautious and balance out the risk reward as well, because a lot of it, as we discussed, is in the price as well. The other underdogs, if I can call it that, is also the pharma space and the IT space, right? IT is going through a downturn, but then there are pockets of the market which say that it's a good bet for long term. Similarly, for pharma, there are green shoots visible. What's your take on these sectors?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, pharma. I think is if you can pick your spots, it's a good place to be in for the next 2 to 3 years. IT, I would still probably wait for another quarter. I think they're still not out of the woods. US is still iffy. I mean, the problem with IT, especially IT services, is that until and unless there's very clear visibility of growth in the US market, uh, the buyers or the clients don't tend to go and start giving new projects. They'll always be, cautious and in giving out new projects. So I would be, a little bit hesitant to build up positions in IT services. But there are plays in the ER&D space within IT which definitely look good.
Okay, point taken. Let's talk real estate now. You talked about how that space looks interesting, and there is case to be made to incrementally add positions there. Is there a micro market that you're tracking, or a particular vertical? Because luxury sales have been doing rather well. Mumbai market has been booming. When it comes to the rentals in Bangalore market, that too is skyrocketing. What's the way you are picking up stocks in real estate?
See, my personal take has always been to play the pitch and shovels in the real estate space. So go with the sanitary ware, the tiles, the pipe makers, the paints, those kinds of plays rather than go into specific real estate place, because exactly the point you made, right? They're very micro market, very geography specific, and unless you are very conversant with a particular geography, so let's say you want to play the Mumbai market, unless you know the Mumbai market very very well, it's very difficult to play that. But if you are playing it through, say, a paint maker, or you're playing it through a sanitary ware, it's much more broad based, and they are supplying to most of the bigger players. So I would prefer playing it through the ancillaries.
Ancillaries is perhaps a better way and more secular way to play the real estate uptrend. Abhishek, on that note, we'll let you go. Thank you so much for talking to us. So that's the word coming in from Abhishek Basumalik, the Chief Equity Advisor at Intelsense Capital. He's quite bullish when it comes to defense, capital goods, and sees some value when it comes to real estate pack as well. On that note, slipping into a very short break, don't